Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Alumni Field at Carol Hutchins Stadium. My name is Evan Anderson alongside Lincoln Capilano. We are here for the matchup between the Michigan Wolverines and the Ohio State Buckeyes here, the second game of this three-game series between the Scarlet and Gray and the Maize and Blue here for softball. Michigan, actually, first off, Lincoln, how are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent, Evan. Thank you for
Of
asking.
course, of course. Michigan coming off of a win in the first game of this series. They got a 10-8 walk-off win in the series opener here against Ohio State off of Genesis Conway's heroics. She had a three-run home run in the bottom of the seventh inning. Nice little walk-off slam. Michigan had a total of 15 hits. They had six people and six players with more than one hit, led by Maddie Erickson, who she went 3 for 4 with two RBIs and a home run. Um, yeah, and overall, I mean, it was a pretty exciting game. Lots of lead changes. I think it was like four lead changes in the opening here on Friday night. Lincoln, what are you looking at for today's game?
I'm looking for, again, some high scoring action between the two of these teams. Obviously, 10-8, a lot of runs, that exciting walk off, as you mentioned there, from Janisa Conway. But really interesting to see here what the two pitchers bring in. Jenna Molk for the Buckeyes and Gabby Ellis, the lowest ERA for these Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this. Is there any players you're looking at who's going to be your kind of your player of the game? Your for both let's say both teams.
I'll
We'll each
start.
do our picks.
I'll start off here. I'm gonna look at Kylie Carr. Hasn't been the most utilized at shortstop. Came in yesterday, and starting again today. The freshman from Allen Park went 2 for 4. RBI, had some nice singles. I'm excited to see what she can bring into this lineup for the Wolverines today. Keep some of her momentum going. And meanwhile, looking at Abby Wilhelm for the Buckeyes, the sophomore from Lee Summit, Missouri, had a great game yesterday. Home run, 2 RBI, went 3 for 4.
Yep.
Hoping to keep her streak alive. See how she does against the Wolverines.
Yeah, for me, I'm looking for Michigan. I'm gonna go Maddie Erickson. She went 3 for 4, like I said in the opening. Had a double and a home run, two RBIs. The senior from Wilsonville, Oregon. She was All Big Ten first team her sophomore year. She's been a vet, a big presence on this team. You stole my pick for who I was looking at for Ohio State, but I'll go different. Go Taylor Cruz. She went 2 for 3 with a double and a home run and an RBI. So I think kind of the trend that we're seeing here by looking at these players, lots of extra base hits, lots of slugging from both of these teams. Definitely something that we're going to be looking at. If you we can read out the rosters now if you want. You want to read out the Ohio State roster?
Yeah, starting first up on the lineup for the Buckeyes, right field is Hadley Parisian. Shortstop is Abby Wilhelm. Second base is Sammy Buick. First base is Taylor Cruz. Excuse me, left field is Taylor Cruz. First base is Kiki Estrada. Center field is or catcher, excuse me. I'm all over the place right now. Third base, Lottie Landmesser. Designated player, Izzy Neal. Center field, Skylar Lamont. And starting pitcher, Jenna Molk.
Yeah, for Michigan, they're reading out the lineups right now here in Alumni Field. Batting first, the designated is Indiana Langford, and then batting second, the center fielder Genesis Conway. Batting third, the right fielder Lauren Putz. Batting fourth, the first baseman Aaron Hain. Batting fifth, the left fielder Ella Stevenson. Batting sixth, the catcher Lily Valamont. Batting seventh, the third baseman Maddie Erickson. Batting eighth, the shortstop Kylie Carr. And batting ninth, the second baseman Janelle Elakwa. And pitching for your Wolverines today is going to be Gabby Ellis. As yeah, like we said, Michigan players coming out, taking their positions. The due up for Ohio State is they're taking their hacks. Waiting now for this game to start. We have a pretty sold out crowd here. We were talking about it before the broadcast. Right now, obviously, there's the parade for the men's basketball team national championship, and I think that's helped because it's brought more people in town. I think a lot of these people are coming from the parade. I think the
Yeah,
parade is concluding ish, maybe.
yeah, I wasn't quite sure on that timeline. This game was moved up. Originally supposed to be slated at 2, but a beautiful morning. And yeah, so many traveling fans here too. A little bit surprised by that, but always great to see
Yeah,
such a lively atmosphere
of course. Yeah.
in
Yeah,
the
like
stadium.
you said, you look around the stadium. There's a decent amount of pockets of scarlet and gray around, but for the most part, a lot of maize and blue, and then also a ton of looks like there's a lot of youth softball teams here.
Always great to see the next generation
of course.
looking on.
And now, yeah, the Michigan players taking their warm-ups. Due up for Ohio State. We talked about the lines, but due up for Ohio State's Hadley Parisian, Abby Wilhelm, and Sammy Buick. And Gabby Ellis taking her warm-up pitches now from the circle. Nice day out. I think around at first pitch of this game, it'll be high 40s, might get into the 50s later in this game. Wind should not play too much of a factor. There's a little bit of a breeze up here in the press box, but it doesn't look like there's much down at the field level, so it should not play too much of an impact.
We'll see how that changes as it warms up a little bit too. But
that's a nice throw down there by Lily Valamont. And we are just about underway. Home plate umpire brushing off home plate as Hadley Parisian getting ready to step into the box for the first pitch of this game. First pitch looks like it's going to be slated for 11:02 a.m. here in Ann Arbor. As Gabby Ellis steps in. The pitcher from... And here's the first pitch from Ellis. That's going to be in there for strike one. Great way to start the inning. Great way to start the game.
Absolutely. Gabby Ellis, right-hander from Green Cove Springs, Florida. An excellent addition to this team.
And here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be low for ball one. So I tried to get her with the off speed. The Parisian laid off, though. Parisian from Indiana. Lefty batter, right-handed thrower. And here's the 1-1 pitch. This one swung on and missed. Strike two. Blew by her. Nice pitch there. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Ellis. She deals. That's going to be just outside for ball two. Tried to get the fastball on the up and away corner. Just missed. 2-2 now.
Yeah, worked that first time on Parisian, but she held up this time.
Yep. Good discipline there. And the 2-2 pitch. Ooh, that one just barely outside. Looks like it was a nice pitch, paint on the outside. Valamont might have gotten a tad bit crossed up there. He made a great effort to try and frame that. Could not quite get it, though. Umpire did not give it. So now we got full count here in Ann Arbor. And here's the 3-2 pitch. This one's going to be a strikeout. Caught the bottom corner. Beautiful pitch there. Stayed in the at-bat even though Parisian was battling. Great pitch there by Ellis to open up this game with a strikeout.
Yeah, Parisian thought she had that one. Gabby Ellis painted that so nicely. She's had some issues with some walks this year, but not so far today.
And here's the 0-0 pitch. This time to Abby Wilhelm. That's in there for a strike, 0-1. Abby Wilhelm batting .362. Slugging of .862. OPS of 1.3. I mean, that's just ridiculous numbers.
Lead off here. Crazy.
And the 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be ball for it's going to be ball fastball up and in for 1-1 count now.
Wilhelm had an excellent day yesterday. Went 3 for 4, as we said earlier. 2 RBI and a homer.
Here's the 1-1 pitch from Gabby Ellis. That one in there for a strike. This time caught the inside part of the plate. It looks like she is pumping there with the fastball. Both Ohio State hitters so far have kind of been setting up in the back of the box. Wilhelm has her foot on the back, the chalk there on the back of the box, trying to time up Gabby Ellis. 1-2 pitch. This one fouled off straight back. Wilhelm was right on it.
Her setup there allowed her to give just a little bit more time, get a tiny bit of contact on there.
It's about .362 on the season, like I said. Known for some good at-bats here. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be just barely inside for a ball. 2-2 now. Tried to catch her with the off speed inside. Good take. Dallas has 8-4 record so far this season. 65.1 innings pitched. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This one is softly into left field. It's going to be just foul, as that was Kylie Carr tracking over there to get there. Could not quite get it, and it drops in foul. Repeat the 2-2 pitch again. It's a good fight right now by Abby Wilhelm.
Yeah, extending this as much as she can, trying to see more and more from Gabby Ellis.
Yep. Up the pitch count a little bit. Steps back in. And here's the pitch. That's going to be low for a ball. Off speed, tried to catch on the outside corner, did not bite. We'll have another full count. So 2 full counts to start this game. These Ohio State Buckeyes are battling so far early.
Yeah, really interesting to see what Ellis will go with here again. Yep. She was able to paint it inside the last 3-2.
And here's the full count. This one swung on and missed. Might have tipped it, but it doesn't matter. Valmont held on. That's going to be the second strikeout of this game. And Ellis is on fire to start here in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, clinical with the full count, pressure.
Clinical with the full array of pitches, too. I mean, that was a long at-bat. She had to go deep into her array of pitches there. Here's the 0-0 pitch. This one swung on and fouled. That's Sammy Buick out there, the second baseman for the Scarlet and Gray. Tried to jump on Gabby Ellis early, trying to not get into a late count like the 2 Buckeyes before her. Fouled it off way into the batting cages over in left field. It's going to be 0-1 now. 2 outs here in the top of the first. As umpire pause play, their second there, checking her footing. Pitch from Ellis. It's going to be ball high, 1-1. Good approach here so far from Buick. Michigan playing pretty standard depth and formation. No one's really shaded anywhere. Playing pretty straight up. Maddie Erickson is close to the line there. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's going to be in there for a strike 2 off speed. Caught her on her front foot. It's going to be 1-2 pitch here now coming up. Gabby Ellis. Again, like we said, using the whole array of pitches.
Excellent show of force. Get this very strong Buckeye top of the order out of the way.
It's the 1-2 pitch. It's a ball up and away. 2-2 count now. Sammy Buick. Second baseman, junior. Buckeyes team. Right-handed hitter. Here's the 2-2. This one swung on foul towards the Ohio State Buckeyes dugout. Lucky that there's a screen there.
Yeah, knocked the folder off the little ledge there, too.
Yep. See, now 2-2 was way out in front of that pitch. If I'm Gabby Ellis, I'm thinking about throwing another off speed. See if she's been early. Buick's been early this at bat. See if you can catch her on her front foot, spin in front of it. 2-2 pitch. And that's foul. Down the line, foul. So I meant to say hit down the line, not foul down the line, but it's foul. Erickson made a nice diving attempt, but could not quite get it there, mostly from the fact that it was in foul territory, but made a nice attempt there. And again, Ellis challenging Buick with the fastball. Buick just a tad bit early. Buick's going to see if you can try and time this fastball up a little bit more. Straighten it out a little bit. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This time off speed, low. She knew what I was thinking the previous pitch. See if she can try to get it out in front. Now we're going to have a third full count of the inning here. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Score 0-0 still. And here's the 3-2 pitch. This one's going to be hit down the line, the right field line. Fumbling my words today. And that's going to be a single for Buick. Made a nice grab there by Lauren Putz there to prevent that from being a double. She quickly got to the line, threw that ball in to prevent Buick from extending that to a double. I'm really fumbling my words here today. That was a nice piece of hit, nice at bat to take that pitch the other way and take what she was given. Outside pitch, got to drive the other way.
It's a little early.
Yep. And now Taylor Cruz up to bat. First pitch was high for ball 1. 1-0 count now here. 2 outs, runner on first. Score still 0-0. Ellis gets ready to deliver. 1-0 pitch. That's going to hit Cruz in the elbow guard. It's going to be the second base runner in a row for the Scarlet and Gray, as now it's first and second here in the top of the first, 2 outs. After a pretty good start here by Ellis of striking out the first 2 hitters. Now a single and a hit by pitch. Definitely going to want to try and get out of this jam.
Yeah, first little crack, obviously full count. Runner gets on the hit by pitch. She has a little bit high numbers there with walks this year, and that one just came a little bit too far in.
Now to bat, first baseman Kiki Estrada. Little pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1. Buick looked like she might have been thinking to steal third base there, but Valamont looked her back. 1-0 pitch now on the way in just a moment. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, top of the first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike, 1-1. Ellis battling back in this count.
Buick really jumping there. She's got the 1 stolen base so far this year, seeing if she can rack up more.
Count now here from Ellis. Pitch. That's going to be low. Valmont fumbled the ball a little bit, but was able to recover just in time to keep Buick at second. Buick thought about stealing third, tried to make a dirt ball read, could not quite locate the ball. So we will remain first and second. Runners on first and second. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Here's the pitch. This is going to be hit softly into right field. And that is going to be Aaron out there. Sorry, Janelle Ilaqua out there making the grab in shallow right field. If she was able to track back to her left, make that catch and get out of the inning. No run scored here for the Buckeyes.
Nice work there. Contact against her was not too bad. Gets out of that little bit of a jam.
Yep.
The runner's out of scoring position.
Yep. That was, great way to work back. I mean, you start off the inning with 2 strikeouts on full counts, and then that was a nice piece of hit in there. That was by Sammy Buick on the third batter of the inning to slap that down the first base line, get a single, and then obviously the hit by pitch after that. Started to put some. All inning they were having good at bats. Despite starting with 2 strikeouts. And again, the Ohio State Buckeyes, they had all great at-bats, working late in counts. And, that's what happens. We saw Buick pay it off, and then, you give up a single, hit by pitch. That's how you make a little rally happen. But credit to the Wolverines for getting out of that jam. Gabby Ellis for staying in there and pitching an out. So now the Ohio State Buckeyes take the field for the first time this morning. Now for the Buckeyes. Freshman.
Yeah, Molt was in yesterday as well.
Yep.
Pitched 2 1/3, gave up 6 earned runs in that big shootout, but had nice 5 strikeouts as well.
Yeah, she has an ERA of 3.3, whip of 1.55. And leading off for the Wolverines, Indiana Langford. Of course, with the Indiana Jones walk-up song. It's iconic.
You'll love to hear it coming. She's such an electric.
Yep. Hit 398 on the season. OPS of .9. As we're just about to get underway here in the bottom of the first. And here's the 0-0 pitch. He's going to showed a bunt, pulled it back though. Now it's going to be 1-0. Ohio State Buckeyes were ready for that. They actually even moved in an outfielder into the infield. They have 5 infielders right now, knowing that Langford might be trying to bunt here. So going with a slap hit right there. It's going to be in there for a strike, 1-1. Nice pitch there by Jenna Molk.
Yeah, Langford's specialty. She had 2 hits yesterday. Was able to round the bases twice for 2 runs. She's really good at getting that leadoff position on first.
A 1-1 pitch from Molk. Same thing. Strike two. 1-2 pitch now. Or 1-2 is the count. As Langford's getting ready to slap it. But pulled back. Smoke gets ready here. 1-2 pitch. That's going to be hit sharply over there to the left side. Throw is errant there by Abby Wilhelm. That's going to send Langford to second as he gets past Kiki Estrada at first base. That's going to be a single. Actually, they might rule that an error, but regardless, it's going to be Indiana Langford, leadoff hitter on second base now. It's a nice, sharply hit ball to the left side, and Indiana Langford showing her speed. That was Abby Wilhelm there to force a quick throw, and it was a little bit errant.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that at all, but Moak slipped a little bit there at the edge of the circle. I came off.
Low pitch to Jessica Conway now, the hero from last night's game. That's going to be ball one up. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. On second base. 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This is going to be swung out in front of off speed. She was a little bit early on it. 1-1 is the count now. Conway, California.
Second lefty in a row here.
Yep. Stay back to the normal defensive positioning. Here's the pitch. Ball 2. Low and in. Fastball. Conway's now worked way back ahead in this count. Conway's batting .365 here on the season. 1.2 OPS. 12 home runs on the season, too. Wow. Here's the 2-1 pitch. She shows bunt. That's going to be bunt nicely down on the left side. Throw by Slavi there. That throw is going to be take Estrada off the bag. That's going to be another base runner for the Wolverines. Conway showing her speed there. It was Lottie Landmesser who fielded the bunt down the third base line. Made a nice throw, but I think it was just a little bit up and away. Brought Estrada off the bag, and it's going to be Conway safe. Now runners on the corners here for Michigan. Nobody out. Bottom of first.
Yeah, like you said, credit to Conway getting down there, forcing an early throw. And now this is a best-case scenario for these Wolverines. And, of course, as well, Conway, 9 stolen bases, leads the Wolverines. She could get to second here.
100% stolen base percentage, too.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, both Conway and Langford, I mean, both of them showed why it's so important to just hustle down the line. I mean, both of those were somewhat routine plays, infield hits, and because they hustled down the line and forced the Ohio State Buckeyes to make a rushed throw, they have a throw that's a little bit farther away than Estrada can handle, and now you get on base. They have first and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Can open up the scoring here. Up to bat now for the Wolverines is Lauren Putz. And a whopping .473 on the season with a 1.6 OPS. I mean, can't really get much better than that.
Oh, she's just incredible.
Here's the 0-0 pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. Especially with runners in scoring position like right now. Huge opportunity here for Putz to open up the scoring, the right fielder for the Wolverines. 1-0 pitch. That's going to be a fastball, low and in. Ball 2. 2-0 now.
Right field's sitting a little bit deeper there for the moment. They've kind of moved out from that extra outfielder in.
Yeah, Buick definitely playing close to the warning track. Lamone and Cruz playing straight up. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. 2-1. Off speed, caught the corner. So far, Conway not indicated that she's going to steal yet. Prepares here for the 2-1 pitch. She delivers. This one swung on and missed. 2-2 now. It's off speed, low and away again. It's like steady diet of off speeds here to try and get Putz out. She takes a couple steps up in the batter's box now. 2-2 count here in the bottom of the first. Nobody out, 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. This one's slapped sharply into right field. That's going to score 1. Conway to third. and they're going to hold up Butts at first, and that is yet another RBI for Lauren Butts. As now we have runners on first and third again. Langford scored easily from third base, and now Conway's at third.
That's what Butts does best. Fell in the right field there, fielded nicely, but again,
Yep.
the runner in the corners.
I mean, that was just ripped down the line. I mean, Parisian did a nice job to keep that from being more runs scored, and now that's going to be Erin Hain up to bat. She shows bunt, pulls back, and then that's going to send Putts to second base as she steals off the commotion in the infield. And the count is going to be 1-0 now after that pulled back bunt. Runners on second and third now, no outs in the bottom of the first. Michigan up 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, foul tip. 1-1 is the count now. Michigan opens up the scoring, and it looks like they're in a position to do more. 2 runners in scoring position and no outs here in the bottom of the first. We've seen already both these teams score a lot of runs in the first game of this series, so Buckeyes definitely have some fire left in them. Pitch to Hain. It's going to be swung on, fouled again, straight back. Starting to settle in a bit here. Filling up the zone.
Hain's taking any bit of contact she can get right now. Trying to see even a fly out here. Probably get
score
at least
get it deep enough. Yeah, scores a run. Batting .354 here on the season. 1.0 OPS. And here's the pitch. It's going to be swung on and missed in the dirt, and Lang makes the tag. The first out of the bottom of this inning here for the Buckeyes. Strikes out Hain. That brings up Erickson now, Maddie Erickson for the Wolverines. Still runners on second and third, no 1 out. And Michigan up 1-0. Here's the 0-0 pitch to Erickson. That's going to be checked swing. They're not going to see. Say she pulled back. 1-0 now, the count.
Erickson, one of the stars of this Wolverine offense yesterday. With the home run, 2 RBI, and a double, 3 for 4. She was electric. Hoping to see.
Sorry, no, this is Ella Stevenson. I looked too far down in my. I was thinking, I was like, that's not her number. I was looking too far down in my spotting board here. This is Ella Stevenson, the left fielder, batting .287 for the Wolverines.
Caught me off guard too. I didn't double check the
2-0 count. Pitch to Stevenson. That's going to be swung on sharply into center field. That's going to be extra base for Stevenson. Both runners restore. Stevenson runs smoothly into second base. That's going to be a double, 2 RBI double for Stevenson as she hit that to the wall in right center there. Nice hit. As Michigan now leads 3-0 here in the bottom of the third.
Well, I gave the wrong player there just a second ago, but Stevenson must have heard that, got that double, 2 RBI in. Excellent bit of hitting right through the gap in center and right. And again, extending this lead. Wolverines had just the 1 to start off their hitting yesterday, getting 3 already. Only the 1 out.
Yep, Michigan doing a nice job of slapping it to the right field for these right-handed batters. It's going to bring up the catcher now, Lily Valamont, running around second base now. Here's the 0-0 pitch. It's going to be in there for a strike, off speed, low and away. We have 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Ella Stevenson on second base. And here's the pitch from Molk, 0-1. That's going to be swung on, popped into shallow left field. That's going to be Cruz there nicely to make the grab, camped under it. And that's going to be retired the second out here of the bottom of the first. That's huge for Molk. She definitely needed to get an out there after a pretty big couple string of hits there for the Wolverines. So that's big to kind of break up a little bit of that momentum. Brings up, this is Erickson. 0-0 pitch was low for ball 1. 1-0 now. Still got a runner on second. Michigan up 3-0. And here's the 1-0 pitch from Molk. That's going to be another ball low, 2-0. Senior from Oregon, talked about her before the game started, in a .210 on the season. 16 RBIs, looking at another. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's going to be laid off. 3-0 now. Good at bat here for Erickson.
Really avoiding inside there. Nothing too off speed yet. See what she decides to pull out here to work herself out of this count.
And here's the 3-0 pitch. That's going to be low, ball 4. That's another base runner for the Wolverines. First and second now here in the bottom of the first. 2 outs. So that'll bring up Kylie Carr. Back in the lineup today, playing shortstop. The freshman hitting .333. She's got 5 RBIs on the season. 2 runners on base. Looking to add a little bit more here. And here's the 0 pitch to Carr. That's going to be ball 1, low, fastball. Trying to settle back in, take an extended here break real quick, catching her breath. Michigan up 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. You're listening to WCBN Sports. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. Fastball caught the outside edge of the plate. 1-1 now.
First strike in a minute there for Molk, and good to get a bit of confidence back.
Yep.
Thorough swing through. Thoroughly convinced.
Yep.
Carr there.
And here's the 1-1 pitch from Molk. That's going to be ball 2, low and away. Just there with the fastball again, it seems. Stevenson taking a pretty big jump off the bag for every pitch. She's looking to try and score from second base if there is a hit out in the outfield. And here's the 2-1 pitch. This was going to be fouled down the first base line. 2-2 count now. Oh, nice offsuit by Molk to catch Carr out in front. Two outs in the bottom of the first inning. 2-2 pitch here from Molk in the second. Jenna delivers. It's going to be slapped right back to Molk. She makes a nice stop to knock it down, able to keep her composure and retire Carr at first base as we will head to the second inning. Michigan up 3-0 now. Great inning from the Michigan Wolverines. I think the biggest takeaway there, I mean, when you look at the score, Ohio State, those first 2 batters, those were both errors, and now both of those runners ended up scoring here in this inning. So, definitely want to clean up on that front because, you did a good job of putting those first 2 hitters, Langford and Conway, the Michigan Wolverines, in a position to get out, and you couldn't quite get them away. You committed an error, and then both those players come to score, and now you're down 3-0.
Yeah, they had a similar issue yesterday. They had the 2 errors, and ultimately they lost by 2 runs there.
Yep.
So if this comes down to it again, those could be some very consequential early jitters.
They might look back on those, yeah. But credit to the Wolverines for making things happen, getting on base by any means possible. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Doesn't matter how it happens. It just matters that it did. Due up here for the Buckeyes, Haley Lang, Lottie Landmesser, and Izzy Neal. A righty, lefty. As the 6th, 7th, and 8th batters are up for the Buckeyes. Gabby Ellis still on the mound. Had 2 strikeouts here in the first inning. Pitch count up to 28. Again, those strikeouts were on long at-bats, and then Ohio State rallied a little bit there at the end, so making her work for it so far here in Ann Arbor. Top of the second here, Michigan up 3-0. On base, nobody out. Can't tell what the umpires are pausing play for. Doesn't seem to be anything obvious holding things up. Waiting for the TV crew to let them go. Now we are going to be underway here. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Ellis, that's going to be fouled down the third base line. 0-1, good way to start the inning. A lot of first pitch strikes so far today from Ellis. Statistical chances of getting the batter out go up exponentially when you throw a first pitch strike. Time out here for Haley Lang to talk to the coach. I think hand hurt a little bit, perhaps, from that. Yeah, it looks like it rung her up a little bit. So that was the trainer, actually, not the coach. Hopefully she's doing okay. Haley Lang from Ashland, Ohio. And here's the 0-1 pitch from Ellis. That's going to be ball 1. 1-1 now.
Yeah, Lang Jr. didn't play much her first 2 years, but has become a great part of this lineup here and an excellent defensive catcher.
Yep. 1-1 pitch on the way here. That's going to be ball 2. Fastball just barely inside, just missed from Gabby Ellis there. Nice pitch, but couldn't quite get it. Yeah, Haley Lang batting .319, the catcher for the Buckeyes. 1.08 OPS. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be blooped down the line. It's going to be foul. She was just a little bit early on that. Might have got it off of the handle. Got jammed a little bit. As we'll have a 2-2 pitch now here in the top of the first. Gabby Ellis looking to start off the second inning the same way she started off the first. And here's the 2-2 count to Lang. That's going to be hit nicely over there to Janelle Iaquaniello, but she makes a nice play to retire Lang at first base. Ranged over there to her left, makes a nice throw. And we'll have 1 out here now in the top of the first.
Yeah, easy catch there on first for Hayne, but again, really bringing up that pitch count early, even if the runs don't show it.
Yep, these Buckeyes are battling. Again, nice play there by Iaquaniello to get over there and cover the hole, make that play. And the first pitch in there for a strike to the third baseman, Lottie Landmesser, as we have 1 out here in the top of the second. Landmesser batting 167 on the season. She waits for Gabby Ellis to deliver. And the 0-1 pitch. She's going to show bunt. Going to bunt it softly down the third base line. And she's just barely going to beat it out at first base. As both first and third base crash, Iaquaniello ranged over to cover first base. And beautiful bunt there by Landmesser to get on base. Really showing the wheels. Nice bunt there by Landmesser. Both Erickson and Hayne crashed, and she was able to beat it to first. As that, it's going to bring up the designated player, Izzy Neal. And here's the first pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. She started to get her running start there. Runner on first base, 1 out here in the top of the top of the second inning, pardon me. As the count is 0-1 now to Izzy Neal. Batting .353 on the season, the lefty from Indiana. And here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be ball 1. As, again, she got her running start, but laid off of that one. 1-1 count now here to Izzy Neal.
Izzy Neal, known as a speedster here on this Buckeyes team. If she gets on base, she can cause some havoc here.
Definitely trying to extend here the streak. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be inside for ball 2. Almost hit her on her running start. Definitely trying to extend this rally here that Landmesser started here. 2-1 pitch here to Neal. That's going to be outside, ball 3. 3-1 count now. Good at-bat. Again, every Buckeyes player today has been having really nice at-bats, getting deep into counts. And here's the pitch. That's going to be swung on and missed, as we'll have a full count here now. Yell's battling back in this count. Alamont looked down to first base, make sure Landmesser wasn't going anywhere. She had a bit of an extended lead there after the pitch. And here's the full count. That's going to be swung on and missed. Nice off-speed there by Gabby Ellis to retire Izzy Neal. Got a running start and just was a little bit too far out in front of it. It's going to be her 3rd strikeout of the day now. Good day for Gabby Ellis.
Absolutely. Need to start running a full pitch count here for Ellis, too.
Yeah. 41 pitches so far in and it's just the top of the second. And here's the 0-0 pitch to Skylar Lamone. That's going to be in there for a strike. 0-1 now. On the 9-hole here for the Buckeyes. Batting .343. With batting average like that, it's definitely more of a double leadoff situation. She gets on base a lot for the top of the order. Runner on first base here, 2 outs. And here's the pitch. That's going to be swung on, popped into shallow right field. Nice play there by Lauren Putz to retire that. And we are going to have no runs scored by the Buckeyes in the top of the second as we head to the bottom of the second. Michigan up 3-0. 2 innings in a row now where Putz has retired the last out of the inning. And on top of that, the 2 RBIs that she had no, the 1 RBI she had, pardon me. 2 RBIs came from Stevenson. Now going to have a race along the warning track here.
This doesn't look like to be too much of a competition out there.
If only we had the freeze out here, like the Braves do. Oh, and spotted out in right field stands, the Michigan Stormtrooper. Always great to see him out supporting. And even from when we were talking about it before first pitch, it has filled up even more. There's almost all the seats filled in the right field stands, and almost all the seats filled too in the bleachers behind the dugouts.
This is an excellent showing, especially we're talking about that parade has definitely had the effect here of bringing in more people.
More people in town.
I mean, who doesn't love to see a good old-fashioned rivalry? The game in the diamond.
Mm-hmm. The game softball edition.
Exactly.
And it's a nice throw down there by Haley Lang. 2 up for the Michigan Wolverines. It is the Michigan Wolverines. Janelle Iaquaniello, and then back to the top of the order for Indiana Langford and Jenessa Conway. Iaquaniello had a nice play in the top of the second inning to retire a batter. As Molk is now putting on her mask. Straight up defensive formation here for the Buckeyes. A little bit of trouble with the mask, it seems. Strada walking over to see if she can help her out. Oh, there we go. Iaquaniello waits for the first pitch of the inning. Batting .349 on the season. Here's the 0-0 pitch. That's going to be swung on and hit a chopper, thank you, down the third base line. Nice play by Landmesser to retire Iaquaniello at first. Leadoff hitter of the inning out.
Iaquaniello, big fan of getting that first swing contact, but unfortunately, right down.
Just chopped it down the line there. And back to the top of the order, and that's Langford again going to show for a bunt, pulls back, and they're going to appeal down to the third base umpire. He says that she pulled back in time. It'll be a 1-0 count here in the bottom of the second. 1 out, nobody on base. Yeah, my mind wanted to say blooper. I was like, that wasn't a blooper, that was a chopper, and I just fumbled my words there. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike, 1-1. As Langford got her running start. Again, Ohio State brings in the 5th infielder now. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Langford. And she is going to pull back on the bunt. 2-1 count now.
Other thing to note is the wind is sort of picked up here.
Yep.
Moving in towards home.
Yeah, it's kind of blowing in from right, a little bit towards left field. And here's the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be ball 3. 3-1 count now. Estrada and Landmesser crashing in on the pitch, expecting the bunt. Langford looking to get on base again to start the inning. She had that bunt that she put down in the first inning. That was an error. And here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. We'll have a full count now in the bottom of the second. Start the inning. Start the bottom of the inning.
It's been favoring Some lower pitches here, not allowing the bunt to come through,
Yep.
making her swing.
And here's the full count. That's going to be fouled on, barely, towards the Ohio State dugout. We'll do the full count pitch again.
Once again, the net coming in clutch there,
Yep.
saving the fan.
As Langford waits for the 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. That's going to be ball 4. That's going to be a walk to start the inning for the Wolverines. As Langford gets on the second time this morning. And that'll bring up Genesis Conway, who also reached on an error last inning. Hitting 365 on the season. A whopping 40 RBIs. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Off speed low. Wolf attacked her with some off speeds in those same spots earlier in the first inning as well. Right on first here. 1 out. 0-1 pitch. It's going to be swung on and missed. Langford goes for the steal, and she makes it in there safely. Throw was high, but she was going to be safe anyway. Nice stolen base there by Indiana Langford. Get a runner in scoring position now.
Yeah, her 8th of the season so far. Again, that was her 18th time on base because of a walk. Great leadoff position.
Conway's going to look to bring her in. 0-2 count now. 1 out. Here's the pitch. That's going to be check swing, but pulled back. Langford got extended lead there, but ran back to second base safely. 1-2 is now the counts. Genesis Conway. To get on base once again this game. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be a ball. It was low. Great dirt ball read by Langford. She's going to run to third on that pass ball.
Conway with the signal there at home, brought her through, bounced right in front of her.
Again, she was trying to attack her with the off-speed low, but just a little bit too low this time. And Lane could not get there to block it. I believe that was a wild pitch, I believe. Here's the pitch. That's going to be swung on and missed. Off-speed, she was out in front of it. Again, attacking with that secondary pitch. As we're going to have 2 outs now here in the bottom of the second. Michigan up 3-0 with a runner on third for Lauren Putz. That is definitely who you want at bat for the Wolverines with a runner in scoring position. 58 RBIs here on the season.
Yeah, started every game for the Wolverines so far. I mean, she is their rock offensively.
Yep, and that's going to be, I think that's Kieran Kumar, the coach for the Buckeyes. Or no, it's going to be, I think it's the pitching coach, actually. She's going to be out there talking to Mulk, trying to get her settled in, see if they can retire this last hitter and get out of this inning unscathed. Because again, Lauren Putz with a 1.6 OPS and a 1,000 slugging. You know, this is not who you want up with a runner in scoring position if you're the Buckeyes. $14 doubles, 1 triple, and 14 home runs. She almost has, I mean, she has more doubles and home runs than she does strikeouts combined. I mean, it's ridiculous. Here's going to be the 0-0 pitch. That's going to be, I thought that was going to be a strike for sure. That's going to be a low and away for ball 1.
Yeah, me too. Maybe a little bit of an unlucky call there.
I was getting geared up to say that's in there for, and then I was, nope. 1-0 count now, Butts. Here's the pitch. That's going to be swung on and tipped. Fouled straight back. 1-1 count now. Battling back into this count. And Langford on third. Michigan still up 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. Listen to WCBN Sports. Gets back into the circle. And here's the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be fastball low for a ball. 2-1 now. Waits. And here's the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be ball upstairs. 3-1 now. Good at bat here for Putz, trying to get on base. Start a little 2-out rally here. Count. Delivers. That's going to be swung on, chopped up the middle. It's going to be a tough play, and that gets through, as that's going to be another RBI for Putz. It's a little chopper up the middle, and Wilhelm could not range over there and get it on her forehand. And that's going to be another run for the Michigan Wolverines as Putz drives in Langford from third base with 2 outs.
Exactly what Putz is all about in this lineup. Obviously, second RBI.
And here's the 0-0 pitch to Aaron Hain, the first baseman for the Wolverines. It's going to be low and away for ball 1. Yeah, that was a tough play there. Kind of chopped up the middle. Not super hard, but hard enough that Wilhelm was not able to get it kind of tipped off her glove. It's always a tough play as a middle infielder. And here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. 1-1 now. So Hain struck out her first time up in the first inning. 354 on the season. Warren Putz is a 90% stolen base percentage. 9 stolen bases on the season. She leads off from first base. And here's the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be a ball low. Skipped in. It's a 1 count now. Trying to extend by even more here in the bottom of the second with 2 outs. 2-1 count now. Runner on first. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there. Ball. 3-1. Low and in. Off speed here to Hain. She waits for the 3-1 pitch. 3-2 pitch, pardon. And that's going to be another ball. And another walk. Second walk of the inning for the Michigan Wolverines. And that's going to be first and second now. 2 outs. Bottom of the second. And a great person to have up with runners on first and second. Ella Stevenson. She had a 2 RBI double earlier in the first inning. So see if she can do that again here. Identical situation. It's going to be ball 1 to her. 1-0 is the count with 2 runners on.
That first time runners were on second and third. This time first and second, but a double should clear him.
It definitely will depend where in the park that double goes, but especially with 2 outs, they're going to be running on contact. There's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be fouled on straight back. She is on it. She was right on time, just barely missed under that. A 1-1 pitch now. Alumni Field. Dangerous hitter right now, Stevenson. She is hot. She waits for the 1-1 pitch. Volk delivers. That's going to be fouled on out in front of that one. 1-2 pitch now. Volk doing well so far in this at-bat.
Yeah, both base runners trying to apply a little bit of pressure there with some lead-up time, trying to get in Molk's head just a little bit.
And here's the pitch. That's going to be lined sharply into left field. That's going to get down, and that's going to be another RBI double for Ella Stevenson. They are going to hold Hain at third base. Stevenson goes to second. Yet another RBI double here for Ella Stevenson as Michigan adds on another in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, talk about a hot streak. First 2 times up in the order, 2 doubles, 3 RBI so far. And again, getting around, finding the nice gap there up along third base line.
And we're going to have a pitching change here for the Buckeyes as Michigan's starting to run up the score here early in the game. And like you said, it was going to be harder to get those 2 RBIs with another double because this time it was first and second. If it was second and third, that would have been an almost identical play. It would have been another 2 RBI double. Now we have runners on second and third now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second as now pitching for the Buckeyes is Lauren Boot. Sorry, Lauren Boutte.
Yeah, Mulk, again, yesterday started as well. Pitched 2 1/3. This time doesn't finish out the second. What a tough situation here. Such a strong lead up here. And
Yep.
again, the momentum off that big walk-off
Yep.
last night, bringing in today in the early game, has really worked through.
I mean, honestly, one of the biggest things I'm looking at the stats, is obviously Michigan has more hits just in general than the Buckeyes right now, but they are 4 for 8 with runners on base, 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position, and 2 for 3 with 2 outs. So, just that is the definition right there of timely hitting. Because I mean, that's kind of the opposite of what we've seen with the Buckeyes. I mean, they've been getting some of their hits late in innings when there's nobody out or with 2 outs. Whereas Michigan, they start pouring on the hits once they've already got runners in scoring position or 2 outs or just runners on base in general, and that's how they've been able to get 5-run lead here in the bottom of the second. Up to bat now for the Wolverines is Lily Valamont, the catcher. She flew out to left field her last at bat. And the 0-0 pitch from Boutte. Ball 1, low and in. Runners on second and third here. Michigan up 5-0. Got 2 outs now in the bottom of the second. Here's the 1-0 pitch for Boutte. That's going to be upstairs for ball 2.
Yeah, you mentioned talking about Michigan being clutch when they have runners in scoring position. That was a lot was lacking early on, especially what had them start slow in Big Ten play. So ramping this up, especially against a rival, is a great way to see them advance.
For sure. And here's a 2-0 pitch. That's going to be again ball 3. 3-0 count now for Valamont. And the first batter that Boutte has faced. And it's definitely tough coming in out of the bullpen. Runners second and third already. It's hard to get dialed in there in this situation. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs for ball 4, and that's a walk for Lily Valamont, as now bases loaded now for the Wolverines in the bottom of the second. And that's going to bring up Addie Erickson. On base with a walk in her previous at-bat. Huge situation here to tack on some more runs. 16 RBIs on the season, opportunity to add more now. Bases loaded. Here's the 0-0 pitch for Boutte. That's going to be down and away for a ball, 1-0.
They're really trying to get her to chase. She got walked the first time and had the great outing yesterday, 3 for 4 with 2 RBI. So again, hot hitter in a good situation.
For sure. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. Relaxed take there by Erickson. I mean, Boutte started off the outing with 5 balls, so didn't want to have to chase and give her anything there. Make her come to you. 1-1 pitch here from Boutte. That's going to be low and in for ball 2. Key here is to stay disciplined. No need to chase anything. Boutte back in this count. And here's the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be swung on, fouled sharply back. Erickson is on it. She was on time for that. Again, we have bases loaded here. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Michigan up 5-0. Here's the pitch. 2-2 pitch. That's going to be skipped in there. Ball 3. Full count now for Addie Erickson. Already drew a walk in the first inning. Full count, bases loaded. Runners are going to be going on the pitch. And here's the 3-2 pitch for Boutte. That's going to be swung on, fouled back. Again, on time is Erickson. Working a great at-bat. Showing great discipline because, again, even a walk here, that'd be another RBI. Tack on another one. Don't need to try and do too much here. Full count again. This will be going. Here's the pitch to Erickson. That's going to hit her on the elbow guard. That's going to be another base for Erickson and an RBI now as Michigan leads 6-0 here in the bottom of the second.
Erickson's second walk now today, both of her plate appearances, and this one advancing a runner.
Yep. So that's going to bring up Kylie Carr now. She grounded out So the pitcher on her first at-bat had that really hard hit ball that was knocked down by Mole with a nice play. So she made good contact, so she can pay it off again here, get an RBI and get on base. Here's the 0 pitch. That's going to be outside, ball one. Michigan still with bases loaded in the bottom of the second. Great two-out rally here, trying to extend this lead by even more. Scored 3 runs in the bottom of both innings so far this morning. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Carr. That's going to be low and away, ball 2. Good plate discipline so far by Carr. Tay come to her. There's the 2-0 pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 3. Another 3-0 count here for the Michigan Wolverines. A little bit more activity there in the Buckeyes bullpen. Haley Lang is going to take a quick pause to come talk to her pitcher, calm her down, calm the nerves. Again, it's so hard as a reliever to come into a situation like that. Even though there's 2 outs, you come on with 2 runners in scoring position already, maybe earlier in the game too than you expected to come in the second inning. So it's hard in these situations to really get dialed in. Let's have the 3-0 pitch here to Carr. That's going to be in there for a strike. 3-1, caught the bottom corner. That's all you need right there after a little mound visit. Just get that first pitch after the mound visit for a strike, get some confidence, get back into a little bit of a rhythm. 3-1 pitch from Butte. That's going to be another strike. Oh, yeah, I was going to say. Carr started running down to first base. I thought that was a clear strike on the outside edge. Carr seemed to think differently. I think it's just kind of clearing up. No bad blood there. No, just a mishap. As we'll do another full count with bases loaded. Runners are going to be running. And here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs for another walk. And that's going to walk in another run here for the Michigan Wolverines as they continue to get runners on base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. As Michigan's going to go up 7-0 now.
Yeah, the situation Butte inherited, not ideal. Last year she was killer for the Buckeyes.
Yep.
21 program wins, the most for a freshman there.
And here's the pitch to Iaquaniello. That's going to be in there for strike 1. 0-1 is the count now. She grounded out to third base, her first at-bat of the morning. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Playing second base for the Wolverines. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for another strike. 0-2 count. Best count so far this morning for Butte. She can pay it off with an out here and get out of this inning. It's the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1.
A bit of plate discipline there from Iaquaniello.
Yes, especially falling down in the count early, but has her head about her. It's the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be swung on, and it's going to be into shallow center field, into no man's land, but beautiful grab there by Skylar Limon, as both Sammy Buick and Abby Wilhelm were also ranging backwards to get that. But nice grab there by Limon to retire. That was Iaquaniello, and get out of the inning. Michigan up 7-0 after scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, that pop-up, maybe a little bit of influence there from the wind was blowing at that moment back towards kind of third base.
Yep.
Long run there, but she called it, she got it, and was able to get it.
Yeah, definitely a nice play, especially to get out of that jam. Bases loaded. They were starting to string together some hits, some runners with bases loaded, so it was huge to be able to get out of that. As Gabrielle's still in the game, pitching for the Wolverines. Pitch count 43. So after 2 innings, 43 pitches, that's not bad. It's a little bit above what she probably wanted to, but she definitely had a quicker top of the second than she did top of the first. So a lot of those at-bats at the top of the first were some pretty tough at-bats. And just as I was saying that, we're going to be back at the top of the order for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Hadley Parisian, Abby Wilhelm, and Sammy Buick.
Yeah, if this top count gets heavy again, might get a little bit tired, might give up some of those more difficult moments there, especially with long counts.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially with long counts, it's your second time going through the order. You know, the hitter's already seen you once. Be interesting to see, how she approaches this with hopefully trying to get some quicker counts here. And then obviously Buick will be the third batter of this inning. Got a single down the right field line earlier, so be careful with her. Michigan up 7-0 as we head to the top of the third now. You're listening to WCBN Sports as we are live from Alumni Field at Carol Hutchins Stadium. Michigan up. She's going to wait for Gabby Ellis in the circle. And here's the 0-0 pitch. That's going to be outside, ball one. Not seen a ton of first pitch balls to batters by Gabby Ellis so far today. It's been a lot of first pitch strikes. It's a testament to how well she's pitched. 1-0 pitch. That's going to be swung on, hit sharply down the line, but just foul. As that was Lauren Putz going out there to collect it. A little bit early there. It's Parisian.
Yeah, Ellis, the transfer from Mercer, came in this year. It's been excellent for the Wolverines. Shown some great discipline in the circle. This is her really first at-bat where this hasn't quite gone to plan early on.
And here's that pitch, skied deep out to left field, and that is going to be an opposite field home run for Parisian, as she was in the count. She was even in the count 1-1 and put a beautiful swing on a low and away fastball, and that was way out of there on left field. Really nice piece of hitting there by was Parisian.
Great way to open up the scoring, get some energy in. Solo homer bomb. Bounced quite.
That was towering out there to left field. And that's opposite field, too. I mean, that's a great piece of hitting to take that pitch the other way. As it's going to be 7-1 now, as Ohio State is now on the board in the top of the third. And the 0-0 pitch. It's going to be ball one to Abby Wilhelm. So, again, like we were saying, despite striking out in her first at-bat, Hadley Parisian worked a really good at-bat against Ellis her first time around, so paid it off this time. And here's the pitch to Wilhelm. That's going to be in there for a strike, 1-1.
Wilhelm, such a reliable hitter for the Buckeyes. Started 39 for 39. She was the transfer in from Missouri. Didn't play much there, but has seen a lot of action here.
As that's going to be fouled down the line. 1-2 count now.
Erickson went for that one, but a little bit too far, close to the dugout and the cameras.
So reset. There's a little motion there trying to get that ball. 1-2 count now for Ellis. Here's the Wilhelm. That's going to be off speed, low and in, ball two. I think this was also the first time that Ellis has not gotten the leadoff hitter of the inning out. Happened both in the first and the second inning. So Ohio State trying to jump back into this game here in the top of the third. 2-2 pitch. That's going to be skied high into right field. Putz calls Conway off. Camps under it nicely. Makes the play. It'll be the first out of the top of the third. That was skied a mile high.
Yeah, Ohio State hitting lasers right now. Just a little bit too much height. I think that even went above the stadium lights there.
I think it did. As that's going to bring up Sammy Buick. Now had a single in her first at-bat down the right field line in the first inning. She's going to look to get on base again as we have one out now in the top of the third. Michigan up 7-1. And here's the 0-0 pitch. That's going to be swung out in front of. Nice off-speed there by Gabby Ellis. 0-1 now.
Yeah, back to getting her first pitch strike here, getting some confidence back after that solo home run, and allowing herself to work back into this lineup.
Yep. And she delivers the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be hit sharply down the third base line, just foul. Hit it hard, but was just a tad bit out in front, Buick. As we will have a 1-2 count here. Sorry, 0-2 count here on the way in just a moment. One out, top of the third. Delivers the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be off speed, skipped in, ball one. Way to challenge her with a different speed. Both changed the eye level and changed the speed she was expecting. 1-2 count now to Buick. And the pitch. That's going to be fastball, just barely outside. Started to take a step towards there. She wanted to swing, but held back. Good eye there by Buick. That's why she's hitting 373 on the season. 444 on base percentage. Already has a hit tonight, this morning. Here's the pitch. That is going to be just missed outside. I thought that might have rung her up, as we're going to have a full count now for Buick and Ellis as they go at it for the second time today.
And another Ellis full count, and with all the pitches Buick is seeing, she's got to be confident about what's coming next.
Exactly. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That's going to be hit sharply. That was a laser, but foul to the batting cages over there. Foul territory in left field. She was on that pitch. I'd be interested to see what Ellis decides to throw this time. She was out in front of the fastball and hit it very sharply. As soon as she goes with. 3-2 pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. Nice off-speed low and away. Caught Buick swinging. Beautiful pitch there to get a strikeout and the second out of this inning. That's going to be her fourth strikeout on the day.
That off-speed worked on that first pitch she gave to Buick, and it worked again to end her time at the plate.
And here's the pitch to Taylor Cruz. That's going to be in there for a strike. 0-1. 2 outs now in the top of the third. Hit by pitch her first inning. Her first at-bat in the first inning. Ended on first base. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be swung on, fouled back behind the plate, just out of play. Belmont could not make the play, but nice catch there by a fan as the stadium here erupts. As we'll have 0-2 count now, as Ellis quickly gets ahead in this at-bat against Cruz.
That's the first foul that really ended up anywhere near the stands today.
Yeah, everything's been kind of way out of play or down the lines. The 0-2 pitch. That's going to be fastball just outside. 1-2 now to Cruz.
Slugging .875. Excellent work with hitting. See if she can extend this inning. 16
home runs. That's going to be in there for a strike three looking backwards K for Gabby Ellis, and that's her fifth strikeout of the day, and that's going to retire the last hitter. In the top of the third, Ohio State scores one. Michigan up 7-1 as we head to the bottom of the third. Beautiful pitch there.
Yeah, Ellis already tying what Hain had yesterday, 5 strikeouts, but that was through 5 innings. This is already through 3. So again, she's really been able to find the gaps and get through this top of this lineup.
But like we've been discussing, pitch count starting to get up high. We'll see how much longer she stays in. I don't yet see, we don't have quite a great view of the bullpen. I don't see any activity in the Michigan bullpen. So I think right now, with how the offense is rolling and how well Ellis has been pitching, I think they're just going to leave her in there and let her ride it out.
Yeah, at least through the 4th there. No
yeah, for sure.
Run down there.
Yes, exactly. At least through the 4th. We'll see about we get into the 5th and the 6th. But due up for the Michigan Wolverines, top of the order, Indiana Langford, Genesis Conway, Lauren Putz. All 3 have been on base today. Indiana Langford and Conway both on errors that they got on base. And Lauren Putz, 2 for 2 with 2 ribbies so far. Still in the circle for the Buckeyes is Lauren Butte. Came in relief. Second inning. Got on base from an error her first at-bat, and then had a walk and a stolen base in her second at-bat in the second inning. So third at-bat in 3 innings. Michigan is really hitting around the order so far. this afternoon. So he steps in. Nobody out, nobody on. Here's the 0-0 pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. Langford gets her running start.
Yeah,
They
nice.
did not have 5 infielders this time around.
Yeah, first time today, but nice trendsetter pitch there for
Yes,
Boutte.
definitely want to settle in here. And here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be outside for a ball. 1-1 now. Both Tiki Estrada and Lottie Landmaster are playing way in as the corner infielders. They are trying to be prepared for a bunt. And we know Langford likes to drop down. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Just as I say that, she shows bunt, but pulls away just in time. 2-1 now is the count to Langford. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be caught the outside edge. 2-2 now is the count. Gets ready to deliver. 2-2. Langford. That's going to be low and away. Ball 3. Another full count for Langford. She's been working a lot of great at-bats so far today. I think this is her. I think in every single at-bat she's had today, she's gotten to a full count.
I believe so, yeah.
So a lot of pitches seen here by Langford. And here's the 3-2 pitch. That's going to be slapped down the third base line. Foul. And Messer made a nice diving attempt, but it was way foul.
Still decent contact on there. Good
Yep.
to get them jumping out there.
Yep, for
especially
sure.
shifting over more. Even switch hit this.
3-2 pitch again for Boutte. That's going to be up and away. That's a second walk here for Langford. Already has a stolen base today, so be careful of that, as she is a threat on the base paths. And now that'll bring up Genesis Conway. Yeah, 8 stolen bases on the season for Langford. 1 on the night, on the afternoon already. So used to calling like evening games that I keep saying night. This 11 a.m. start's got me thrown off. Here's the 0-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. 0-1 to Conway. Good way to start the at-bat. Say.
I mean, it's afternoon now.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that.
at this point, it's afternoon. At this point, it's afternoon.
All in morning, though. Just feels so unnatural.
It does. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be skipped in. Ball 1. 1-1 count now. Nobody out. Langford on first base for the Wolverines. Michigan up 7-1 here in the bottom. Sports. Live here from Alumni Field. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be ball 2, low. 1 count now as Conway battling back into this at-bat. She reached on an error her first at-bat in the first inning, and then in the second inning struck out. Try and get on base again. 2-1 pitch. That's going to be swung on and fouled. Looks like there might have been a hit-and-run attempt on there because Langford was immediately running, and Conway was swinging. 2 great players you want for a hit-and-run. I mean, Conway has a really high contact rate, and Langford wheels on the bases. So if that worked out and Conway was able to drive something in the outfield, that's going to be a lot of bases there for Langford.
Yeah, Langford, 89% stolen bases. Obviously not showing too much of a leadoff yet, but she's so dangerous with her speed.
There's a 2-2 pitch. By that, obviously, we mean the break after the pitch, because obviously in softball, can't lead off, yeah. 3-2 pitch now, another full count here for the Wolverines. Conway, that's going to be fouled towards the on-deck circle for the Wolverines. And Lauren Putz could not make the play. She was going for the bare hand grab. And we did a 3-2 pitch again. Working up this pitch count here in the bottom of the third. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That's going to be hit sharply straight up, towering foul ball. And nice catch there made by Lottie Landmaster. That is a tough play for a foul ball that high. It was hit way above the lights. Could not see it here from the press box.
Yeah, plus noon, sun straight up.
Yep.
Tough grab, hat, sunglasses, able to snatch that, prevent anything further.
Yep. Lauren Putz now up to bat, 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs on the day. And here's the 0 pitch. That's going to be in there, strike one. Definitely a hitter you want to get ahead of in this count early. 2 RBI singles, one in the first, one in the second, and a stolen base on the afternoon here for Putz. Hit 473 now on the season. Wow. 0-1 pitch. Up and away, ball one. Again, no indication Langford is stealing. Takes aggressive leads after the pitch, but nothing too crazy. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be hit shallowly into right field. Nice grab by Buick, and she's going to double up Langford at first base. I think Langford thought that was going to, Langford thought that was going to drop shallow into right field, and beautiful grab by Buick and a spin throw to get a double play to end the inning. That's a spark that Ohio State needs. You score one in the top of the third, prevent Michigan from scoring any runs in the bottom of the third. That could be the spark that the Buckeyes need to get back in this game.
Yeah, shut him out, bottom of the third. It was a great grab there, reaching, turning. The fingers of the glove there obviously caught Langford off guard.
Yep. I mean, it was similar to the first 2 singles that Putz had earlier, the 2 RBI singles that she had that were hit sharply into right field, and I think Langford was kind of used to that and did not think that Buick was going to range over there and make that grab. But beautiful catch, beautiful double up. Now Michigan held scoreless in the bottom of the third as we head to the top of the fourth now. Michigan up 7-1 here at Alumni Field. Route raking. It'd be a great gig to have, I feel like. No matter what level, college, professional, it'd be so fun to just go out there and be on the grounds for a game.
It'd be a really nice retirement gig.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, we're well away from that, but...
Well, if one of us wins the lottery,
well,
we get to retire
yeah,
early, then I'll see you at I'll come back to Michigan. I'll be a stadium attendant at all the different stadiums.
Yeah.
Do some hockey, do some football, some baseball, softball, everything.
You'd be out there skating with the shovel?
I am a horrible ice skater. Absolutely horrible. Tried learning when I was little. Could not hack it. And gone a couple times in the past couple years, just like during the winter, when they got ice rinks around, but it is god awful. I always come back with several bruises, so I always slip and fall. How are you at ice skating? You're from Michigan. I feel like
I'm like the one person from Michigan who is not a good ice skater. Yost here has open skate events. I want to do that.
I want to do that someday. That'd be so cool.
I went once last year, once this year. Both times fell on my face. No bruises, thankfully, but my friends had a good laugh.
Yeah, of course. Of course. As we are now getting ready to get back into the game now. Top of the fourth here in Ann Arbor. Wait for the TV crew to let us go. Immediate break. This time I'm guessing there's obviously a producer talking about it, but I know at football games you always see the guy in the red jacket come out onto the field with the timer there. It looks like we are getting ready to get back into it. Up to bat for the Buckeyes is Kiki Estrada, the first baseman. She grounded out to second base, her first at-bat of the afternoon. Gabrielle still in the circle for the Wolverines. Pitch count up to 62 now. 5 strikeouts on the day, though. Great day for her. Here's the 0 pitch. That's ball one. Nobody on, nobody out here in the top of the fourth. Michigan's up 7-1. Ellis steps back in. There's the 1-0 pitch to Estrada. It's going to be upstairs again for ball 2. Still nothing we can see in the Michigan bullpen. It's got getting up a little bit. Oh, I see some shadows. Maybe there's someone warming up. I see that too. And here's the 2-0 pitch to Estrada. That's going to be in there. That's going to be swung on, hit, skied into the infield. easy play there for Maddie Erickson as it was just skied softly in the infield there. Nice play to retire the first batter of the inning.
Yeah, that was Ellis's maybe roughest start to a batter, other than the
Yeah.
leadoff home run in the last inning.
And
Again.
still able to battle back and force an out there. Here's the 0-0 count. This one's going to be hit sharply into left field, but Ellis Stevenson gets there nicely to make the grab. That was Regan Milliken, the catcher now. So pinch hitter for the Buckeyes. As that was a nice play there by Ellis Stevenson out there to make that grab on that sharply hit line drive closer to the line. She had to range probably 5 or 6 paces to her right, but easy play there for her. 2 outs now in the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Now it is Regan Milliken up to bat. No, it is not. They have not updated our stat. It is Lottie Landmaster. I was going to say, that's not her number. Lottie Landmaster, she got on base earlier. She had a single earlier in this game, and her at bat in the 2nd inning. As now that's going to be 1-1 count to her now in the top of the 4th. 167 on the season. Nobody on base, 2 outs. That's going to be in there for a strike. As it's going to be 1-2 count now for Gabby Ellis. So she, again, is having a pretty productive inning. We were talking about the pitch count worries, but this inning so far has been quite productive for her.
Keep this under 10 pitches total. It
might leave the door open for a potential 5th inning appearance. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Landmesser. That's going to be just barely outside. 2-2. Fastball just missed. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Ellis. That's going to be in there for another strikeout looking, another backwards K for Gabby Ellis, her 6th strikeout of the afternoon. And what an outing it has been for Ellis. I mean, it gave up 1 run, but that was just on 1 swing. She has been absolutely dialed today. As we're going to head to the bottom of the 4th, Michigan up 7-1 here in Ann Arbor.
We had talked about that quick inning for Ohio State on defense there, maybe able to turn that around into some more runs. But again, just the Ellis here, ace.
That's a great that's a great point. We were talking about how maybe this is what starts Ohio State and builds momentum, and immediately Ellis feels that and shuts it down in the top of the 4th, preventing anything from building. So let's see if Ohio State can hold Michigan scoreless again here in the bottom of the 4th. Talking about a pregame, we see there's some action on the baseball field. Obviously, tune into WCBN's broadcast for Michigan baseball versus MSU in East Lansing. That'll be live later today. But right now on the Michigan baseball field, we see there's some sort of high school game, I'd say. That's either travel or high school ball going on. It's always a really fun experience. I've gotten to do it at a couple college stadiums. It's always such a fun experience to go and play. Especially, I'm assuming these kids are local too, so probably Michigan fans. It's just such a good time.
See there a little bit of a wild or foul out there.
Yeah. And now the wind has really picked up now. It is really blowing in pretty much straight from right to left. So definitely nothing going to be hitting too far out in right field. And Taylor Cruz and Skylar Lamone will have to be aware of that in left field and center field to play the balls correctly and read them correctly. So again, we're waiting for comeback from media timeout.
Yeah, most of the clouds have gone away too. Sun's really come out, warming things up. So of course
it's been a nice day out here.
Yeah.
Great day for some softball. Nobody out, nobody on base. 0-0 pitch now to Aaron Hain. And that's going to be ball 1, low and away. Aaron Hain has a strikeout and a walk today. 354 on the season. 1-0 pitch here from Butte. That's going to be in there for a strike. 1-1 now. Similar to the first pitch, but a little bit farther towards the plate. Zone. Pitch it up 7-1 now in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be swung on foul towards the camera over there in the Buckeyes dugout. 1-2 pitch now. As we are starting to see Tay get a little bit more settled in now. Last inning had a nice outing, and now ahead in this count, 1-2 for the first batter.
Yeah, showing her flashes of how great she was last season for the Buckeyes.
That's going to be an off-speed in there for a strikeout. Strikeout looking for Boutte. Beautiful off-speed. Painted the bottom corner. Aaron Hayne did not seem to agree with that call, but that's going to be the first batter of the inning out for the Buckeyes. Definitely starting to get dialed in here. Bottom of these innings. It's going to bring up today's hot hitter, Ella Stevenson. 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. See what she can do here. Oh, pitch. Low for ball 1.
This is Stevenson's first appearance without anyone else on base. So interesting to see what she's able to do all by herself out there.
Yep. 1 out now. Bottom of the fourth. Just the 1-0 pitch to Stevenson. That's going to be nice swing, foul tipped. And the foul ball got Emma Tolley back there. Take a quick break here, make sure she's okay. That foul ball had some venom on it when it hit her.
Right off the top of her left foot. That's hurts.
Great hack there by Stevenson. She is on it today. That was another great swing. Just barely missed it. She was on time again. Back playing here. 1-1 count. Stevenson. Here's the pitch from Boutte. That's going to be low for a ball. 2-1. Boutte battling more these past 2 innings. Two 1 pitch delivers. That's going to be slapped sharply again into right center over the head of Skylar Limon, and she's going to dive in safely to second base. So we were just talking about what can she do with no runners on? The same thing she always does. A third double of the afternoon for Ella Stevenson. I mean, what can she not do?
I guess not hit anything other than a double.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
I mean, she had 2 doubles going into this game, has 3 in this game. I mean, it's incredible.
It doesn't matter how many outs there are. It doesn't matter if it's second and third, first and second, nobody on base. That's another double. And that's going to bring up Lily Valamont now. And here's the 0-0 pitch. That's going to be ball 1. Lily Valamont flew out to left field and had a walk earlier today.
Yeah, she was the walk that set up the bases loaded scenario where they kind of farmed a couple of walk and singles.
Yep. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2 now upstairs. 1 out, Stevenson on second base. And doubles have been similar. Really nice oppo shots, line drives. That one kind of one hop of the wall in right center. Beautiful piece of hit. Here's the 2-0 to Valamont. That's going to be in there for a strike, bottom corner. 2-1 now.
Valamont, the senior, 287 so far this season.
And here's the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be swung on foul. If that net wasn't there, that might have came right towards us. I mean, that ball had a trajectory right towards my eyes.
I think that was going to hit your computer.
Yeah, like that was coming right at me. But they luckily have the net there. I was with the window closed too. But that foul ball had some venom on it. Now it would be 2-2. She was just a tad late on that. But I like the idea of trying to drive it opposite field and run on second base. And here's the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be fouled on straight back. 2 again with a runner on second base. 1 out.
Any bit of contact she can on there. Again, Boutte started this inning very nicely, and now trying to work this back in her favor.
Yep. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be low for ball 3. Another full count here. 4. Lily Valmont. She had a walk earlier, like you mentioned, in the second inning. Able to walk in a couple runs. She can get on base again here with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. And here's the full count. That's going to be swung on and fouled way out of the stadium. That is way out to the parking lot. Hopefully everyone's cars are okay. That was full out, way out there.
Yeah, sound effect there.
I love, the softball and baseball did the same thing. Anytime there's a foul ball out to the parking lot, they play a little cartoon breaking glass sound. I love it.
I think some of the fans thought that might have been real because there's some people looking.
3-2 pitch again. That's going to be in there for another strikeout for Boutte, another backwards K this inning. Beautiful painted fastball on the bottom corner. As we'll have 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th, the runner on second. And that brings up Maddie Erickson, who has a walk and a hit-by-pitch RBI.
Not how Valmont wanted to go down, but a beautiful pitch there.
Yeah. Clinical right there. Here's the 0-0 pitch to Erickson. That'll be in there for another strike. Boutte starting to settle in a little bit. I mean, she's been dialed in so far this inning, besides the double there by Stevenson, but it really just seems like that's just Stevenson being an unstoppable force there. It's inevitable almost. And here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be ball 1. It was off-speed low. One pitch to Erickson. It's going to off-speed, just barely outside. Good attempt there by Matoli to try and frame that in there, but could not fool the umpire back there. And a good eye there by Erickson. Runner on second base. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be upstairs, swung on, fastball. 2-2 pitch to get back in this count for Boutte.
Yeah, Erickson before the hit-by-pitch RBI. Always a fun thing to show up on the score sheet. But this time,
gets it done no matter what.
That full count.
Here's the 2-2. That's going to hit her off the elbow guard again. So that's another hit-by-pitch and the third base on balls for Erickson today. So not necessarily swinging it a lot, but being really productive. Those are all quality at-bats, getting on base. As we might have another pitching change here. Pitching coach is coming out to talk to Boutte. Runners on first and second. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Still 7-1 after Michigan scored 3 and 4 in the first and second innings, respectively. And Ohio State had a nice leadoff home run last inning. So far, no scoring in this 4th inning. Up to bat's going to be Kylie Carr for the Wolverines. 333. She had a RBI walk in the second inning, and a ground out to the pitcher in the first inning, in her first at bat.
Michigan's on base setup here reminds me a lot of that second inning where they kind of really exploded in the second half.
Yep. Yeah, this is reminiscent of those where you get runners on first and second with 2 outs, and they were able to do something with it. See if they can replicate that. 0-0 pitch to Carr. That's swung on, fouled backwards. She's on it, just barely missed under it. 0-1 count now. Carr has his first pitch strike there by Boutte.
Carr had the walk earlier too. Hasn't hit yet. She's swinging.
0-1 pitch. It's a fastball away. 1-1 now. Two outs here. 4th. 1 count on the way. Second here for Boutte. Here it is. That's going to be swung on and popped up into left field. Taylor Cruz camps under it easily, makes the out. And there'll be no runs for the Wolverines again in the bottom of the 4th. Scarlet and Gray holding on strong.
Yeah, 2 runners there stranded on base. And again, after those 2 huge first innings, where Michigan put up 3 and 4, Ohio State is able to calm them down, cool them off. That's kind of what happened in the first game yesterday between the two of them, where Michigan opened up 7 in the up into the third, scoreless fourth, and then Ohio State really came up in the 5th and the 7th. So if this game is still gonna expand out here, now's the time for the Buckeyes.
Yes. Yeah, historically, they are still very much in this game, as wouldn't you know it, Gabby Ellis back in the circle for the Wolverines for this 5th inning. She's been dialed in so far today, giving up only 3 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts. She's dialed in today. 2 up for the Ohio State Buckeyes: Izzy Neal, Skylar Lamone, and Hadley Parisian. 1 hit between the 3 of those. Bottom of the order here for the last hitters for the Buckeyes here are hitting really well. 353 and 343 for Izzy Neal and Skylar Lamone, respectively.
Yeah, this whole Ohio State roster is basically sitting up 300 range apart from Landmesser. And so they're really just a great team, passing the bat and coming up when they need to.
Yes, they are. Moving along. Bring up the next person. Lots of fun out there in the bounce house by the batting cages in left field. Like we said earlier, very crowded day today. A lot of kids around.
Yeah, it is backyard softball midday game here. Does look like a fun time.
Yeah, nice day out too.
Think they'd let us in the bouncy house?
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe after everyone's gone.
Yeah.
You're back now. Nobody on, nobody out for Ellis. Izzy Neal up to bat. She's going to get a running start. Nice swing on it, but fouled down the first base line. First pitch strike again for Ellis, as it'll be an 0-1 count to Neal. She has a strikeout in the 2nd inning, but that's about it. The 0-1 pitch. That's going to be hit sharply to shortstop. Carr, she makes a nice play and a nice throw to retire Izzy Neal. Nice scoop up by Carr and fired it over to first. Throwing some zip on it.
Yeah, the whole defense there was kind of set up looking for a slat bunt or something. At least infield, whole outfield was shifted quite a bit in.
Yep.
Read that right.
Yep.
Got that out.
They read the scouting report for sure. As now up to bat for the Buckeyes is Skylar Lamone. She's the same thing, gonna get a nice running start. She's gonna line that one into shallow left field. Hard turnaround first base, but she will stay at first as her slap shot gets in. And that'll be 1 out single here for the Buckeyes. And bring up the leadoff hitter, Hadley Parisian. That was a really nice swing there by Lamone. 1 out here, runner on first. Parisian. Here's the pitch from Ellis. That's going to be fastball low for a ball.
Yeah, I mean, with Ellis typically pitching a strike first there, able to get that
jump on it.
Back up to Parisian, who had the solo homer.
Yep. This one she's going to foul off her foot for 1-1. Yeah, solo homer in the 3rd. The only run right now for the Buckeyes is strikeout in the 1st inning. And this is the 3rd time around the order now for the Buckeyes. 3rd time they're seeing Ellis, so she's got to be dialed in right now. Have her stuff ready. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to second base. They're going to try and turn 2, get the out at second, and they get the out at. They say that Parisian was first or safe at first. I thought that the throw beat her. They might go and see if they can go to the booth on this one and review it. As Parisian grounded it sharply to Janelle Iaquaniello. She made a nice throw and toss to Carr at shortstop, and Carr was able to get the out at second base, zip it on over to first. And again, umpires are saying that it was safe. It's going to be Kaylee Young, the first base umpire, said that Parisian was safe at first. I thought that she had her, and that would be huge. You get a double play here to end the inning.
Yeah, obviously the challenge coming in. Of course, Bonnie Thole, so experienced here at Michigan. She trusts when her players think there is that out. We'll see what they come back with.
Trying to see a replay here.
That is tight.
That is really tight. That is really close. Don't know if there will be enough evidence to prove it. It's close. It's close. It might be a tie. You know what they say. Tie goes to the runner. So we will see what the decision here is. In real time, I thought that she was out, but obviously now seeing it in slow mo, it's because of how close it was. So very, very solid arguments for both outcomes. But luckily, no matter what, Michigan got the lead out at second base. They're gonna get Lamone out at second base. So at worst, they have 2 outs, runner on first.
Yeah, sorry, we keep glancing over at this frames that they keep
Frame by
switching
frame,
between.
yeah.
It's so tight.
It is very close. Fire's coming back out. They're going to uphold the ruling on the field. That's going to be safe at first. So, like I said, it'll be Ali Parisian at first base. 2 outs, though, as Michigan got the lead runner. And we'll have up to bat Abby Wilhelm, 0 for 2 on the day. As Gabby Ellis looks to get out of this inning unscathed. 0-0 pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike, 0-1.
If you're Ohio State Wilhelms, you want up, she leads the team in runs and walks.
0-1 pitch. That's going to be in there for strike 2. Caught the outside plate. Wilhelm started her swing but held back, but still caught the outside edge. So 0-2 count now for Ellis. She tries to get out of this. Top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit sharply over there to Maddie Erickson, and she's going to make the catch and retire Wilhelm as we will head to the the bottom of the 5th. Again, runs for Ohio State.
Erickson has been defensively blocked.
Yes.
There, right at her, easy nab. Well, not easy nab. That was.
It was decent hit line drive there, but she didn't have to move. It was hit right to her. You really just got to get your glove up there. So nice play to retire. We're gonna head to the bottom of the 5th. Michigan up 7-1 right now, and still in the circle for the Buckeyes is Boutte. Up to bat is Iaquaniello, who almost turned that nice double play. And then after her, it'll be the top of the order, Indiana Langford and Genesis Conway.
Yeah, with this lead here, we're in some interesting territory in terms of Mercy Rule 2.
So we're approaching. I'm heading to the bottom of the 5th. And Michigan has 7-1 advantage in runs. But hits-wise, they're quite similar. Michigan has 5 hits compared to Ohio State's 4, but a lot of that is both. We've talked about the timely hitting earlier, how Michigan is hitting 300 with runners on base, 364 runners in scoring position, 400 with 2 outs. So Michigan definitely hitting better timely, and then also Michigan has drawn a lot more walks and a lot more hit by pitches than Ohio State has. They've just been getting on base more, which is why they have 7 runs per to 1, and then also those 2 errors in the first inning that we talked about. But yeah, hits wise, it's been pretty even. Just Michigan is a little bit more timely when they choose the hit.
Yeah, but since those 2 errors, Ohio
clean,
State
yeah.
has been so clean defensively.
Iaquaniello up to bat now. Nobody out, nobody on. Count is 0-0 in the bottom of the 5th here. Here's the pitch. That's going to be swung on for a strike. They peel down to the first base umpire. That was definitely swing. Came around on that, unfortunately. That'll be 0-1 now. Count. .349 on the season. And here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be hit softly to first base, scooped up easily by Kiki Estrada, and she's going to run over and touch the bag. And that'll retire the first hitter of the inning for the Wolverines and bring up the top of the order now for Indiana Langford, who, again, reached on an error and has had 2 walks so far this game. All 3 of those at-bats coming on full counts, so she's been working counts. So a pitch to Langford. She's going to show bunt, pull back. Ball 1. Again, corner infielders for the Buckeyes in, expecting the slap hit or the bunt by Langford. 1-0 count now, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike, 1-1.
As we back around the top, this is the second time these two have seen each other today, so there's still some familiarity, but some room for some.
Here's the 1-1. That's going to be swung on, fouled straight back. 1-2 now. Langford's been on base all 3 appearances today. And a productive, very productive hitter. And here's the 1-2 pitch to her. That's going to be slapped down the left field line. Nice running grab there by Abby Wilhelm. She was playing in shallow, I think expecting that. If she didn't get there, that might have dropped in down the line and been extra bases for Langford, but really nice play. Sorry, that was not Abby Wilhelm, that was Taylor Cruz out there in left field. I apologize. Really nice grab by her. And that'll bring up the 2-hole for the Wolverines in Genesis Conway. She has reached on an error, flew out, force out, and then a strikeout also. Boutte starts her off with a strike as the count is now 0-1. 2 outs here. Good inning so far for Boutte. Here's the pitch. That's going to be swung on and missed. Off speed, down in the dirt again. That's kind of what Boutte has been serving up to Conway so far today.
Going a little faster in the pitch clock than she was earlier, which I think is helped.
At tempo. Here's the 0-2. Another off speed down in the dirt this time. Conway held off. Skipped in there. Now the count will be 1-2. 2 outs now.
And there also is a little bit of action over in the Ohio State bullpen.
Yes, there is. Yeah, I've been seeing that for the past several minutes. But so far, Boutte, as soon as Boutte has come in, she's really done a good job of kind of halting this Michigan advance. 2 scoreless frames already, looking for a third. That's going to be a fastball just outside. 2-2 now. Good eye there by Conway.
Yeah, Boutte, other than those walks, she's really been pretty solid.
And again, I can't stress it enough. I feel like broken record, but we talked about how hard it is to come into that situation. But yeah, since she's had her own innings, it's been good. 2-2 pitch, fouled off. We'll do it again.
Partaking in the chicken dance there a little bit. Yeah. Now, Boutte, last year, all Big Ten, all freshman team, excuse me, a little bit of a jumble there, but she was a great part of that team.
She was,
of course, made the tournament. Was at 45 wins.
Yep.
Excellent season there for the Buckeyes last year.
Here's the 2-2. That's going to be swung on and missed. That's another strikeout for Boutte, as she pitches another scoreless frame here for the Buckeyes. We're going to head to the top of the 6th. Still 7-1. Not much scoring done since the 3rd inning. As we're now heading to the top of the 6th. You are listening to WCBN Radio. Grounds come back out there again. There we go. Yeah, I got the grounds crew back out there again. Always just. Oh, and guess who's out there in the circle again? Wouldn't you know?
I wonder who.
Gabby Ellis. Already pitched 5, 4 hits, only 1 run, up to 6 Ks. I mean, this is just. I thought I saw action in the bullpen, but I'm not seeing action anymore. They're just letting her ride it out. I mean, it's the top of the 6th already, so.
I mean, they have. Obviously, Bonnyville has her confidence in Gabby Ellis, and she's done everything to support that this game.
Nice throw down there by Valamont. Getting ready to go back into this game. Oh, this is all wearing big coats. I wonder if it's cooled down out there. Maybe the wind is picked up. It's
Yeah, I think wind and also, with the lighting as it is
that's
right
true.
now.
The Michigan dugout is not in the sun compared to the Ohio State dugout. Definitely a little bit chilly in the shade.
Talking a little bit pregame too. All kinds of apparel,
Yeah, oh yeah, in the
layers.
stands, yeah. Blankets, shorts, like winter jackets, everything. As we are now in the top of the sixth, nobody out, nobody on base. Back to Sammy Buick up to bat now. She has a single and a strikeout so far today. Will count for her. Here's the pitch from Ellis. That's going to be in there for a first pitch strike. 0-1 now. Waits for the pitch. Ellis is getting her sign. Engages with the rubber. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be a ball. That one looked like it might have been just outside from where we are. We're kind of, our booth is a little bit down the first base line, so can't quite see inside versus outside on these pitch locations. And here's the 1-1 pitch to Buick. That's going to be outside again, 2-1. Try to get her with the off speed.
Yeah, Buick held strong there again. She's moved. She was the transfer in here alongside the coach, Kieran Kumar, from Miami of Ohio, up to Columbus.
That's going to be fouled sharply into the netting. 2-2 now. She was on that pitch. Tad early. Throw it in from left. Took a big bounce after hitting the net. She steps back into the box. Ellis. 2-2 pitch on the way here in a second. That's going to be fouled off again. Good at bat here by Buick. Left the pitch count even more. Already at 80 pitches today. 5 innings. And here's the 2-2 pitch. That one's fouled off yet again, straight back. Good cut there by Sammy Buick, and way to battle here late in this game, as the chances are starting to dwindle here for the Buckeyes.
Ellis's pitch velocity has gone down just a little bit. Obviously,
Yeah.
high count
Oh,
there.
of course, yeah. Starting to get fatigued a little bit.
Getting some more fouls off.
Here's the 2-2. That's going to be hit to Carr there at shortstop. She's going to scoop it up, make a nice throw to first base, and that'll retire the first hitter of this game. First hitter of this inning. Not nearly the first hitter of this game. First hitter of this inning. I apologize.
Worried there for a second. You still thought we were in the first.
Oh. It's been quite some time since then.
A few runs.
Yeah. That's a nice pitch there by Ellis to get her out. And first hitter of the inning is out. That's always what you want to start with. That's going to be a foul ball by Taylor Cruz, the left fielder. As we have one out here in the top of the sixth. Nice pitch there by Ellis. Taylor Cruz has a hit by pitch in the first inning and then a backwards K in the third. Here's the 0-1 pitch to her. That's going to hit her again, kind of brushed off the forearm. Her second hit by pitch. But a lot of hit by pitches today in this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit earlier. Ellis has had some issues with location, especially this late. And hit by pitches might be getting a little bit more common if she stays in longer.
First base runner of the inning for the Buckeyes. Runner on first, one out. That's Estrada, first baseman. And here's the pitch. It's going to be in there for a strike. Caught the outside part of the plate. 0-1 now to Estrada. Valamont looked like she was going to throw back to first base to back pick Cruz, but decided not to. Ellis getting the sign. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be upstairs for a ball. 1-1 now. Michigan still up 7-1. Top of the sixth. Here's the 1-1. It's going to be low for a ball. 2-1 now. Estrada working a good at bat. 0 for 2 on the day, but 321 on the season. 10 home runs, 28 RBIs. Runner on base for her right now. It's one out here in the top of the sixth. 2-1. That's going to be hit sharply, knocked down there by Hain, and they're going to scramble for it. It was Iaquaniello and Hain scrambling for it after she knocked down that hardly hit ground ball. And just kind of funny, Hain went back to cover the bag, was expecting, I think, a pitch, a toss from Iaquaniello, but Iaquaniello just decided to run and take her himself. Both of them were standing on the bag when they got that out.
And it in a little bit of adjustment there.
Yep.
But now it's an out.
Yep. And that was a great play by Hain. Great play by Hain there to knock that ball down. And that ball was ripped off the bat of Estrada. Advances through the second base. That's going to bring up Matoli. And she came in. He's the catcher now, substituted in for the catcher. Had a fly out to left field in her appearance in the fourth inning. Pitch to her. That's going to be fouled. 1-1 now. With 2 outs here with a runner on second base at the top of the sixth.
And Belmont looking a lot down that first base line, seeing if there's going to be any movement there. Obviously blocked by Estrada, who bats as a lefty. Now it's got a clear view down.
Yep. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be swung on, popped into the infield. That's going to be Maddie Erickson out there again. A little bit of commotion as Carr was also ranging over, but Erickson hangs on nicely and makes the grab. And that'll be another inning of no runs for the Ohio State Buckeyes. And that's going to be Gabby Ellis hanging on strong again there as we head to the bottom of the sixth. Michigan up 7-1.
Yeah, she climbed all the way up now to 96 pitches.
You have to imagine that would be the last one. Or do you think they'd let her go up for the complete game? I think at this point, maybe.
We'll see. We'll see what they do offensively here too.
That's a good point. We are in run rule mercy territory. Michigan is up 7-1, and at this point, yeah, we are in that territory. So, new pitcher in for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Set our notes here. Going to be Kennedy Kay, new pitcher in for the Buckeyes. Senior from Ohio. Right-handed pitcher. 2 up for the Michigan Wolverines is Lauren Putz, Aaron Hain, and Ella Stevenson. So a couple hot hitters in there with Lauren Putz, 2 for 3 on the afternoon, and Ella Stevenson, 3 for 3 with 3 doubles. Gee, I wonder what she might do in her 4th at bat today. That would be incredible.
If she did it, I'm sure someone's done it before, but that feels like some great record.
Yeah, that feels like some sort of cool, interesting stat to have. As we're just getting ready to come out this break here. Bottom of the 6th, Michigan up 7-1. Listening to WCBN Sports Radio. Appreciate everyone tuning in to this broadcast. Plus now played 2 RBI singles so far and hit into a double play. That was that nicely caught ball by Buick. At off speed in there for not in there, ball 1. 1-0 now. Nobody out, nobody on here. Butts.
Kennedy Kay, the pitcher, you're all redshirted her first year. Such a fun.
That 1-0 pitch down low for ball 2. 2-0 now to Putz. She waits for Kay to deliver. 2-0 pitch. It's going to be ball 3, fastball low and away. Right here for the 3-0 pitch here. Slivers. That's going to be in there for a strike. Low and away. Caught the bottom corner. Not many substitutions for either team, besides obviously the pitching for Ohio State and the new catcher for the Buckeyes, too. But really no substitutions for either team so far today. 3-1. That's going to be ball 4, low and away. Leadoff runner on base for the Michigan Wolverines as they lead 7-1 in the bottom of the 6th. No outs. Runner on first. Aaron Hayne now up for the Wolverines. 2 strikeouts and a walk on the day. Low. That's going to be low for a ball. 1-0.
Yeah, looking back at my notes here, Michigan here has 7 walks on the day.
Wow. So yeah, like we were saying, like they only have 1 more hit than the Buckeyes, but just way more bases on balls. 1-0. That's going to be in there for a strike. 1-1. Yeah, actually, we're going back. So obviously, there's been a couple hit by pitches for the Buckeyes. But the Buckeyes have 0 walks today. That just goes to show how elite Iaquaniello has been today. And here's the 1-1 to Hayne. That's going to be lined down the line in left field. That'll get down. They're going to hold. They're going to hold putts at second, and now we're going to have first and second here with no outs in the bottom of the 6th. Great piece of hitting there by Hayne as she was able to line that into left field. And just so saying, we don't have many substitutions. We have a substitution here. No, never mind. They're bringing a pinch hitter. That's what it is. I saw them talking about substitutions bringing a pinch hitter. That is. Because yeah, it's still Ella Stevenson up to bat, and runners on first and second. Ella Stevenson. We've seen this story before.
Yeah, maybe the bottom of the 2nd, I believe, is when she saw this scenario.
And the pinch runner in for the Wolverines, Lexi Delamonica, the junior. Pitch running for Hayne at first base. And here's the 0-0 pitch, Stevenson. In there for a strike, off speed. I would be surprised if she sees many fastballs this at bat.
Delamonica, the pinch runner, has 2 stolen bases this season.
Runners on first and second, no outs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another off speed, this time in the dirt, 1-1. I mean, if you're Ohio State, you're definitely going to want to. You're not going to want to give anything to the hit to Stevenson. Just pitch around the zone. See if you can get her to chase. Stay away from the heart of the zone. Three. Here's the 2-1-1. Just looking at her, what she is today. 3 for 3. 2-1 now as that pitch was low and away for a ball. First and second.
A walk, you would load the bases too, and it would be the 11th time a Michigan player has seen the bases without hitting.
Yep. And she swings through that one as it's going to be 2-2 now. The count. Fastball outside, swung right through it. Good cut. Could not quite make contact there. And here's the 2-2. It's the outside, ball 3. We'll have a full count here for Ella Stevenson. 2 runners on in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be hit sharply into left field. Won't be a double, but it will be a single for Ella Stevenson. They hold putts at third. Won't be another RBI, but now we have bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th with no outs. What a day for Ella Stevenson. What a day. 4 for 4. It's been incredible. 4 for 4 with 3 ribbies and 3 doubles. I mean, come on. Doesn't get much better than that.
She's been, for sure, one of the difference makers in this.
For sure. Chat here. Circle. Trying to get K locked back in. Yes. Oh, yeah. Billy Valmont up to bat now. Flew out to left field. Had a walk and a strikeout looking. On base again. That's going to be ball one, low away. Said bases loaded, nobody out. Sixth. Need to try and do too much. Pretty much anything will score a run here. Anything hit into the outfield. 1-0. That's going to be low and away again. 2-0 now is the count. She is looking to get her second walk of the afternoon. And driving a run. And here's the 2-0. That's going to be low, off speed, 3-0 pitch on the way in just a moment. Great discipline here by Lily Valamont. Here's the 3-0. That'll be in there for a strike. Fastball over the way, caught the corner. 3-1 now. SK tries to get back into this at-bat and back into this inning. 3-1. That's going to be swung on, driven deep to right center field, and that's going to be out of here. That's going to be a grand slam for Lily Valamont as she blasts that line drive into right center. And not only is that going to be a grand slam, that's going to be a walk-off grand slam for the Mercy Rule, as that was just a no-doubter out there into the stand. Wow.
Crack on the bat, gone. That went the distance. That went close to all the way to center field. Got to be at least. There's
Beautiful line drive.
excellent way to end the game. Excellent piece of hitting and excellent way to cap off. Fantastic.
As Michigan wins the second game of this. That's 2 games, 2 walk-off home runs in so far this series. Michigan wins the second game of the series against the Ohio State Buckeyes, 11-1 in a mercy rule here in the bottom of the 6th. Player of the game, who would you say? There's two obvious answers here for player of the game.
I mean, to me, obviously, I'll start off. Ella Stevenson, 4 for 4, 3 doubles, 2 RBI, incredible. Was able to get the bases loaded there to tee up that walk-off grand slam.
And then for me, it's got to be Gabby Ellis. I mean, 6 innings pitched, only 4 hits, 1 earned run. It wasn't, and like that 1 earned run was off 1 swing too. It was a home run. That's like, if there's any way you're going to give up a run, that's a pretty efficient way to give up a run. So great outing for her. In comparison of the 2 teams, Michigan had a total of 8 hits. Ohio State had 4. So also we talked about how there wasn't a huge discrepancy in hits. Obviously, Michigan started to pull away in hits just in that last inning. I think they had 4 hits just in that last inning. No, they had 3 hits just in that last inning alone. The difference maker, I think, was the timely hitting. Ohio State got some runners on base, got some hits, but it never came when there was runners in scoring position, runners on base. Obviously, the home run came at the leadoff, so they'll be on base to score there. And then, obviously, those 2 errors early in the game, too. Kind of gifted Michigan 2 runs there. But what a game that was, and what a way to end it for a walk-off grand slam. Wow. So glad I got to see that.
Yeah, walk-off grand slam on this backyard softball. Beautiful sunny day here in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
It's a great way to already secure your win of this series against bitter rivals, Ohio State.
Bitter rivals. We will be back. WCB will be back tomorrow for the last game of this series against the Buckeyes. Also tune in later today for Michigan baseball against MSU at East Lansing. Besides that, we don't have a ton more coverage, especially with hockey and basketball ramped down now. Beautiful day out here in Ann Arbor. We appreciate everyone listening. Lincoln, it was a pleasure. Glad I got to do a broadcast with you.
Always a pleasure to do one with you, Evan.
It was a pleasure. Thank you again for everyone for tuning in. We'll leave you how we always leave you, with a good afternoon and a go blue. Peak concurrent 8. Yeah. That's huge.